Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Adam with ND72. So today we got the CLS55. I haven't made a lot of videos with it. We kind of just drive it around and it runs pretty good most of the point. But about 2 weeks ago we had a pretty bad issue. Coming home, the whole car was just slammed to the ground in the rear. So what we found after we lifted it up, that the level sensor was broken and completely off. So what we got here is a brand new one from Mercedes. So we'll be putting this bracket on, this bar on. This is a common thing that break on these cars. They also break on the E55s. So this is a great video for if you've never done one or if you want to see how it works. I'll show you how to install that. And then we got a couple maintenance items. We're just going to do a simple little oil change we got from FCP Euro. We're going to go from liquid moly. And then we have a leak from our power steering pump reservoir. So I got the pump, a gasket, and a clip. And then we think we might have a little exhaust leak, so I got some exhaust gaskets. We're going to see how it all works out and hopefully get this car back up. And then maybe start modifying it soon. That we can do a little race with the CLS and the E55 and see which one's actually faster. But let's get to it. Alright guys, so if you look right there, that's the bracket that popped off. I could probably pop it right off with my hand still. Yeah, see? So that's how I found it. And then once I put it back on, the car lifted up. So what we got to do is we got to take those teeny bolts that are like way up there off. Let me see, let me get a better light in there. So there's teeny bolts that are way up there. We got to take those two off. And then undo the bolt to that clip right. I'm going to try to get this thing to focus. Where is it? Where is it? Right there. There's going to be a bolt right up there. And this is on the driver's side. So we're going to have to find out what size that is and start taking it off. Alright, so this is that top bracket. That is basically this piece that goes onto here. So it's attached by these two little screw or little nuts over here. They're 8 mils. So it's an 8 mil. All I really did was just I had a little extension and I just put it up there. One thing also remember, so it's connected with a U-bolt. The U-bolt goes like this. It goes into here and the 8 mils. So I'm leaving the U-bolt up there because I don't want to drop it and lose it. And then next what we got to do. Alright, so now what we're going to do is you got to take the nut off on this side. So it's going to be basically back here on it. And this is a 10 millimeter. And as you can see, I kind of have like a whole like ratchet angle set up. And I'm going to try to just pop it right off. It shouldn't be on there too tight. So I'm just going to be a little bit gentle with it. And hopefully it comes off. If not, then I'm going to do a different like swivel setup. Alright, there you go. Alright, so one thing I did just because right when I tried to put any sort of pressure on there like you saw in that video, I was able to turn a little bit and then I just blew apart the bushing inside. So I just removed the sensor. What it is 2 10 mils and then just snake it out. So to give you a visual of what it's supposed to look like up in there is you'll have this on a nut and then this connected to there. So the car goes up and down, this moves. So either this bushing would blow out or this one. For us, literally this back one blew out like immediately. So no biggie. We're going to clean all this off and then start putting it back on. And this is a quick and easy install. So what you really need is a series of extensions and swivels. A 10 mil and an 8 mil should be like a 15-20 minute job and it'll save you a lot of money down the road. Alright, so we got that bracket on and all that stuff. I will say this, it wasn't a full 30-minute job. That took us probably an hour and a half just because you have to have weird angles to put them in. It kind of sucks, but we got both bolts in for the U-bolt and all that stuff. And it's sitting up pretty high, so we're going to go fire it up and make sure it doesn't drop or anything. So I'm going to do that right now. Staying pretty good. Normally it would have been already like dumping out air and dropping to the ground, but I can fit 3 fingers in there and it's staying up. So we're pretty happy with it, so we're going to move on. Alright, now that we got the level working properly and we're all happy about that, we're going to do some more maintenance on this, get this back on more roadworthy. It's been pissing out power steering fluid ever since we got the car. So we're going to try to look at it. We're pretty sure it's going to be the reservoir. That's just a common leak. So we're going to look down there and make sure it is. And if it is, we're going to throw a new reservoir on there. All right, so for step what we did, we took away the VRP intake setup. So we looked under the car. The whole car's covered in oil, and we know it's power steering just because we keep filling it up. It has other little leaks, but whatever. What car doesn't? So I think we just found what it is. So if you come over here, so right over here, we haven't touched anything yet, but if you see this little nub, see that little bracket? It's leaking right from down there. I got all that fluid, so that could be two things. Either this hose is broken from the bottom or this reservoir is cracked. There's also a gasket right here. I don't know if you can kind of see where my finger is. There's a gasket right there that is known to leak, which it kind of looks like it's leaking a little bit too. So we're just going to change. We already have the parts. We're going to pull the reservoir out, a new gasket, new piece over there. Check that line out super hardcore, and then add up a fluid. This should be a simple and easy job. I'm going to show you how to do it for if you have to do it at your house. All right, so step one, two ways of doing this. I'm going to do it the easy, fast, messy way because I got to clean the floor anyways. So take the cap off. The proper way would be to suck out all the old fluid. But I'm not going to keep it. I don't really care if I make a mess, and I'm going to pressure wash everything underneath anyways. I'm covered in oil. So I take the cap off. You come over here and with a screwdriver, undo this clip. Undo this clip right here. And then you pull the line. Look, I'm just going to be dumping it everywhere. So you're going to start with this 10 mil right there. See where my finger is? So you could easily... Focus. Not that finger, it's over here more. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, hold on. See? That 10 mil right there. And then to get it, you can just slip right how my arm is. So see how I just slide my arm right through here? Don't do this if it's hot. And then just keep backing it out. Okay, so the next part you gotta do is this clip right here. So see that clip right there?
Yeah.
Alright, you gotta pull that out. Two ways to do this. Either hopefully I can get it with the needle nose, if not I gotta put a mini screwdriver in there. Okay, mini. Alright, so it's the clip, it pops right out. So how it comes out, it sits in there and then it just goes. So you can either use a mini pry bar, something to just pop it, and then just don't lose that. So we're gonna throw it over there. And now since we got the one bolt out, we're gonna try to shimmy this thing out. Hopefully we got enough room with all these hoses. And yeah, we're gonna make a little mess. And you're out. So there's a gasket here, so make sure you grab the old one so don't double gasket it up.
So, Adam, let me ask you a question. What happens when your friend forgets the fluid at home?
You give them your own fluid. So the next step after we install it, it's basically the same way, just reversed. We're going to put in some Mercedes. Ooh. Power steering oil. So how I usually do it is you're going to fill it up a little bit, and then you're going to fire up the car and turn the wheel lock to lock. It's a little bit easier if the car is off the ground because it's easier to spin. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to fill it up pretty high, and I'm making a mess. And now I'm going to have someone go in the car and fire it up and go lock to lock. I just need to turn the wheel back and forth. All right, you're good. All right, so we're going to start spraying all down here. Before we want to do that, we're going to do the oil change. And today we're going to be using from FCP Euro, so 540 liquid moly. This stuff is supposed to be pretty good, and Mobile One now by me is stupidly hard to find. You can't buy it at Walmart. You can't buy it anywhere unless you pay $45 at Advanced. So we're going with FCP Euro stuff from now on. So now we're going to start draining this. It's pretty straightforward, 13, 13. And then we can pressure wash this whole bottom so we know if we got any more leaks. All right? All right, guys, so now we're on the oil change part. We're going to do some fancy liquid moly. So when you buy it from FCP Euro, the whole little kit, you get 3 of these little cute ones. And nice thing about liquid moly, made in Germany. It's supposed to be good stuff. We'll see. So we're going to put it in. And it's the last kind of real step of today. And then we're going to try to look for that huge exhaust leak. I actually do need to keep that. So I'm going to pour it in here like a real man with no funnels. And I'll make eye contact. Yeah.
Spill.
That's how I roll. Just like this. All right, now that we got the car level again, we got the power steering all taken care of, the next thing that we were going to tackle in this video was going to be the exhaust leak. But we did not order enough gaskets. When I told the person to order 2 of them, like 2 full sets, technically that would have been 8, but they ordered 2 of them. But I'm going to show you what we 99% sure the problem we hear and where it's coming from. Alright, so as you heard from there, you got that loud ticking, so 100%, we already looked down there. So this car has aftermarket long tube headers, it had them when we bought them. So one thing almost everyone in the community knows, they come with those cheap gaskets that are not multi-layer, and they crack and they rip off. So 100%, that's what happened to here. We already saw it and all that stuff. So we're going to order 8 of the factory gaskets. Not saying we're going to do both sides next time, but at least we have them just in case we do find it, because it looks like someone put those cheap gaskets and they're just blowing right through. So we're going to try to knock that out in a later video. We just don't have all the parts, because when I told them to order 2 sets of it, that should have been in their mind 8, but they just ordered 2 of them, so 2 little circles. So unfortunately we don't have all the parts today, but thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you like more stuff on the CLS stuff. We have a couple more parts we want to put in there. We're going to do a split cooling system that we got for this. I think VRP made it. We're going to show you guys how to do that. We already showed you on the E55 how to do a full ice tank, so now we're going to show you how to do a little bit simpler one on the next video. Make sure you guys throw a comment down, like, subscribe, and find me on Instagram if you want at BuffyCLK500, and have a great day.